like you come down in the classroom and with Miss Wyatt, okay?
Yes.
Sound good? Nope, you leave your books at your desk. Okay, I want tables 6 and 8 to come find a spot. Thank you for those that are listening to Miss Baker. And I need table 9 and 4 to come find a spot. And then 10 and 6 and 3. Okay, and I need number 3. Okay, Brayden, baby, come on, let's join us on the floor. Okay, fine. Oh, we're facing where Miss Baker is going to sit. Okay, so in the library we've been twice, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and what are things you learned? London. Okay, you learned London learned some of the books were moved around, so we have to ask where they might be, right? But are there different ways in the library we can find books?
Yes.
Oh, there is?
Yes.
What? Rylan? You can ask the teacher, but she told you about where certain things are too. Okay. You can look at the pictures. Well, Ari,
You can look at the stuffed animals.
look at the stuffed animals, and that tells you, like, for example, the Pete the Cat and what's under Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat, okay, Jeremiah?
Like you can look at the graphic novels, or you can look at the signs.
You can see the graphic novel sign and see their under graphic novels, that's right?
And you can see the TV Jones book over there.
Okay, so, but she told you, I think, about like maybe letter E. Does that mean anything to everybody? The letter E, Parker. Everyone can read it. They're everybody books, okay? What about the letter F? Tanner?
Fiction.
Fiction, okay? And what about the NF? Or they have numbers. You talked about the numbers book? Jacob.
Non-fiction.
Ding, 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 ding. Non-fiction books. So, we know where non-fiction books are, we know where fiction books are, and we know where everybody books are. Are everybody books, what types of books are those? Tip your hands, what types of books are those? Bro?
They're everyone's books.
They're everyone's books, but what are they? Okay? No, they're not non-fiction. Parker? They're easier and they have pictures, but are they fiction books or are they non-fiction books? Fiction. They're stories.
They could be both.
They could be both? Okay. I don't think there's a lot of non-fiction in our everybody books. All right? Okay, so we're going to talk about, do you think the only way to find a book is to ask Miss Wyatt?
No.
No? Oh, you could, okay. Do you think the only way to find a book is to ask me or Miss Wyatt? No, there's other. No. Thank you for raising your hand, Ari.
She puts letters by books, so it could be their authors because it begins with their name for an author.
Yes, she might put letters by, and yes, but there's also another way. We haven't learned it yet. There's this. Do you have a guess, Parker? What? Well, it's always on the spine. That's how we find it, yes. But there's also this thing on our website. It's called a catalog. Everyone say catalog.
Catalog.
And you can look up, listen to this, any book. And if our library has that book, it shows on our catalog and tells you exactly where it is. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
But there's some steps we have to follow. to find these books, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And we're also going to take it a little deeper. Do you know how, look at our author of the month. Who can tell me what the author of the month is? Jeremiah.
Robert Munch.
Robert Munch. Where else have you seen Robert Munch books?
In our classroom.
In our classroom. And what did we talk about Robert Munch books? Do they have the same characters?
No.
No. What do they have that's similar in some of them? Kate? They sometimes have the same drawings, the same illustrations. That's right. So, does anyone already have an idea where you'd find Robert Munch books? Addison? Okay, right there. But if it wasn't the author of the month and they were in the library on their shelf, where might they be? Fiction books. Do you think they'd be under the fiction, under the F?
No.
Row?
They would be in the everybody books.
Why do you think they'd be in the everybody books?
Because it's the author of the book for everyone. Everyone.
Okay, they would be in the everybody books, but not necessarily because it's the author of the month, but because those are picture books. They're for everybody. In our fiction section, what are our books? Most of the books. They're what? Parker.
Nonfiction.
They're not nonfiction in the fiction section. They're stories, but they're longer. They're divided. London. They're chapter books. And are Robert Munch, are his books chapter books?
No.
No. So they would be in the everybody section. That's right. Okay. We've also talked about Junie B. Jones. Are hers written by the same?
Yes.
Are they all by Barbara Park?
Yes.
This one says by Barbara Park. This one says Barbara Park. This one says Barbara Park. And that one says Barbara Park. But what is the difference between Junie B. and Robert Munch books? Georgia?
Because they each have different titles.
They're by different authors, okay? And they have different titles, but what makes these, the Junie B's, different than the Robert Munch? Because they're both by all the Junie B's are by the same author, and all Robert Munch's books are by the same author, right? So what makes them different, Tanner?
From their drawing.
Well, the illustrations, those are also different. Tanner? Parker.
That the Junie B. Jones are series. Those are not.
What does series mean? What does the word series mean? London.
It means that there are a lot of them and they have one character. One that stays.
That's right. There's multiple books, but they have the same characters. Did our Robert Munch books have the same characters?
No, ma'am.
No, they didn't. So here's my next question. Do you think there's an order to our series books?
Yes. Yes. That's what I was going to say.
What do you mean? What's an order? Why would there be an order? Ro?
Because there's a series, and if it's not a series, it doesn't. But if it's a series, it goes like 1, 2, 3.
They usually go, yes, they're in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on. Okay? But do our Munch books, are they in an order?
No, ma'am.
No, they're not. So, if you're not in the library, you might not be able to figure out the order of the series books. And in Junie B. Jones, look, on the shelf, you can see which one was first. 1. So Junie B. Jones and that stupid smelly bus was 1, right? And then I have 2, Junie B. Jones and her big fat mouth. Because do you notice, do these even look the same?
No.
But sometimes there's different covers. So it might be harder to figure out the order because those spines don't even look the same, do they? No. But on this side, it does tell you 1, 2, 3, and then I jump to the end, and Junie B. Jones, Junie B. first grader Dumb Bunny is 27. So there's a lot of Junie B. Jones. And some of you might want to start at 1 and read all the way to the end. But we have to figure out their order sometimes, don't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to show you in our catalog how we find books. And do you want to hear something cool?
Yeah.
You can look up books at your house. So you can already know, and you can come tell Miss Baker, I looked up what Junie B. Jones I should read next, and I know exactly where it is, and I know it's in our library, and it's not checked out. How cool is that? Pretty cool? Okay, so I'm going to show you, you're going to keep your eyes on the screen, and I'm going to start to show you how to search. Okay? So, does anyone recognize this page?
Yes.
What is this page?
Our school.
It's our school page. There's our school, and this is our school page. So it tells us all about our school. Does that, anything over there say library? No. Academics, ooh, there's our grade though, but does that say library? No. Student parent resource, ooh, there's library. I'm going to see if we find it in another spot too. Get involved, does that say library? Oops, I didn't click that. We're going to go back. Okay, and then there's a more. Does more say library?
Yes.
Look, there it is, nice and big. I like this one because it's nice and big. So I know to go to more and then to go to library, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's look at it. So here's our library. And it tells us about Miss Wyatt. And then look, what does this say?
Search for a book in our library here.
Okay. Ooh, can anyone read that for me?
Library catalog.
Georgia.
Library catalog.
Okay, so that's where we can just look up books. So we're going to click library catalog.
Click advanced. Proceed. At the bottom.
Where's
Right there.
Okay.
And then
So then look, we also have a list of schools because there's lots of schools in Conroe ISD. But do we know the name of our school?
Yes.
What is it?
Elementary.
What does Giesinger start with?
G.
So should we be able to find it?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Giesinger Library. Welcome to the Giesinger Library. Oh, cool. So this are cool things you can also do at home. But we want to use our what right now? Hands down.
Library.
But what do we call it?
Catalog.
Okay. So now, this is where the main page is going to take you to first, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So it searches the books by these different things, okay? So in our library, we're going to use title a lot, and author maybe, and maybe even the series button, but I'm also going to show you another way to look up series books. Sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Because sometimes in second grade, are things hard to spell still?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes. But sometimes can we figure out the first few letters?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we can. Okay, so who wants to give me a book they want to look up? Maybe a book that might be in the everybody section. Might be in the everybody section. Mason,
Robert Mudd.
you want to look up a Robert Munch book?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. So if I'm typing Robert Munch, I lost my train of thought. Robert Munch. Am I looking up a title? A keyword? An author? An author. Why is that the author? Because that's the person that?
Writes the book.
What's the person that writes the books? So let's search it. Whoa. What? And what else do you notice that will help you. Is it just a bunch of words and numbers?
No.
What else helps you? The what? Everybody. The picture. So if you're looking for Love You Forever, okay, there it is. Love You Forever. That's one of his books, right? I know, it is up there. But pretend it's not up here. It tells you E-M-U-N. But what? E? His name's not Robert E. Munch, is it?
No.
Well, why isn't E there? Why isn't E there?
Because it's in the everybody book.
Oh, ding, ding, ding. It's in the what books?
Everybody book.
It's in the everybody books, right? Okay, so, and then what does the M-U-N stand for? Okay? Munch, it's the first 3 letters of his last name. So that would mean you'd have to find the what in the library? You'd have to find M and then find M-U-N. Because do you think there's other authors with the last name that start with an M?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. There is for sure. So that's how I would find it. And I would know I found it because I would go to E, then M-U-N, and then I know what my what looks like. Picture, and what do we call that? It's the cover. We would know what the cover looks like, wouldn't we? And I'm going to add this. We're lucky. It says one available. What's that mean? One available? The big old word. Addison. It means nobody has checked it out and that it's here, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is. Well, and it is right here. But is it always going to be right here all year long? No, it's not. Just this month. That's right. So if it said 0, what would that mean? Caitlin, do you know what that'd mean, babe, if it said 0?
I
Don't know. Alexander? It would be taken. That would mean someone else has already checked it out. And we can't get it this time, can we? We just have to keep looking for it. Okay, so that's it. So I want someone else to give me one more example of another book to look up. And then everybody, so I'm going to look for someone that's sitting on their pockets nicely. Georgia. Harry Potter. I'm going to hold you that one because Harry Potter, I don't think it would be in my everybody section, would it? No, I want to choose one of my everybody section. Tana.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Let's try. Dr. Seuss. Would that be the author?
Yes.
I know this paper's not right.
Yay.
Okay, did it bring some up?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sometimes there's not a what?
Because it's out.
Well, no, just sometimes there's not a picture.
Why does it have zero? One's not available.
Oh, thank you, Tanner, for raising your hand. Yes.
Why on the Grinch it has like that button right next to it?
A play button.
Like this? Or
No,
this?
like yes.
Huh. What do you sometimes press play for?
Bless you.
Rylan? To watch things. So if there's a play button, what might our library also have? You just might not have access to it. A DVD. And what DVD would it be?
The Grinch.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That was a great question. Okay, but is it available?
Yes.
But are we going to watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas this month?
No.
No, we're not. Okay, so again, let's look at, I want to look at 10 apples on top.
I love food.
And look, is there a lot of books? Can you scroll down and see all these? Yes. And look, you can go to other pages if you don't see your book, can't you?
Yes, ma'am.
That's right. So we can go there. There are 58 Dr. Seuss books in our library.
58.
58. Well, and our DVD, so maybe 56.
Okay.
So let's go look at one maybe on page 2. Let's go to a different page.
That's a lot of books.
Ooh, Horton hatches the egg. Why does this one say 2 of 2 available? Alexander? So that means in our library we have 2 of Horton hatches an egg, and 2 are available, right? Yes. So, goodness. And, so you're lost our train of thought. So let's go back. Where would we find it? Who can tell me? London. And again, what does that E stand for? Parker?
Everybody.
Everybody. And what does the SEU stand for?
Seuss.
Seuss. Do you notice? Is there a certain order of our E? You notice? Robert Munch was in the M's. Dr. Seuss is in the S's. Ari? It's in the ABC order. And it's by the author's what? Name. But his first, what, Tanner?
Last name.
His last name. So it's in order of his last name. And look, you've already noticed this, but in our E section, there is letters. So you know for Munch, you go to the M. For Seuss, you go to the S. That's right. And you find them. Okay, so now we're going to go over something else, and then I think I might let you practice. Yay! We'll look for some books. So, we're going to go back to our Giesinger page. Giesinger Elementary. Look, I can type that and it's going to come up. Look, Giesinger Elementary homepage. There we go. Okay, how do I get to library? Okay. More. And then what do I click?
Library.
Okay. So now I want to show y'all something. If you scroll down, do you see something familiar? A word that's familiar. I'm going to let you think about it. Just check out that screen and see it. When you see a word that's familiar, I want you to raise your hand when you see it. When you see that familiar word. Georgia. Series. Can you point to it? Can everybody point to it? I would let you come point to it, but you can't reach it. Everybody point to it?
Oh, I did series search.
Series, yeah, there's 2. There's a series search and book in a series. And we just talked about that. Who can tell me about a book in a series? We just talked about her. Braden, what's the books in the series we just talked about? Remember? No, he wasn't our series book. What was our series books?
Junie B. Jones.
Junie B. Jones. That's right, bud. It was Junie B. Jones. And did they have an order? Remind me. Did they have an order?
Yes.
Okay. So, this might show us the order. You think?
Yes.
Let's check it out. Okay, I'm going to go to series search. Okay, this is a little tricky. Everyone say tricky.
Tricky.
Okay, I know there's Harry Potter. Is Harry Potter a series?
Yes.
Sure is. And you can view by series title, series subject, book title, book author.
Miss Bader.
So, thank you for not yelling out. So we're going to choose series title because the series books you like, do you know their title?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Does anyone know any other ones in Junie B that we have in our room? And they're definitely in the library, but we've talked about any, Jeremiah?
Junie B. Jones and Sneaky Peeky Spy.
Right, but do you know any other series books we have in our Nija?
Like Junie B. Jones.
No, not Junie B. Junie B's a type of series, and then we have other series with Parker. Magic Treehouse is one that we have in our room. What's another one, Tanner?
Flat Stanley.
Flat Stanley. Georgia?
Bears and Bears.
Berenstein Bears.
Magic School Bus.
The Magic School Bus. Nisha? Well, they're not a series. That's just one little book. But this is one of my favorite books. I love to read Odd Todd, Even Steven Odd Todd. Yes. Okay. So I would look up by series title. And this, you don't necessarily have to type it. Because sometimes, like we said, are we always the best spellers? No. Miss Baker's not the best speller either. So, we can find who should, let's look up, we'll start with just Junie B. Jones, and then I'll ask you for a look up. So that starts with a what?
J.
So we click J. But look, do you think there's lots of J's?
Yes.
So what is the second letter of Junie B. Jones?
U.
U. So let's scroll down. It takes a second, but is that okay? Yes, that is. Oh, we're still scrolling and we're scrolling. Okay. Do y'all see it?
Yes.
Is it right here?
No.
Here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Look how many books there are.
28. That's a
Does that mean there's only 28 books total in our library? What does that mean?
There's only 28 available.
Not the whole school. Whoa, give me five. Give me five. Ro, what were you going to say?
There's 28 in the series.
There's 28 in the series. That's right. So if I click Junie B. Jones, look what it does. So it was number one Junie B. Jones, Stupid, Silly, Smelly Bus? Yes. And so it's here. Look, sit down, please. Back up. Goes all the way. How cool is that? So if you know that you've read 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to know what number 5 is, could you go here to figure it out?
Yes.
And once you figured it out, could you find it in the library? Yes, you could. But here's my next question. I don't know that we might have talked about this. Was Junie B. Jones in the Everybody books?
No.
Where is she? It's the chapter book. So what do we call that section? Tanner? She puts an F on it. What, Tanner? The fiction books. That's where Junie B. Jones. And they're also in what order? Parker? Not number. They're in number order, yes, the series on the shelf. But how do you find the Junie B. Jones? Kate? Can you say it a little louder? By what? She said alphabetical order, and by what? Well, not that. It's by whose name? Barbara Park, and she's the what?
Arthur.
So we still find it it's still by the author's last name. Okay? All right. So let's look up a few more series books. How do you know that it's there? Well, we have to go back and look it up in our I don't know if this. Yeah, we have to go back and look it up in our catalog. So you have to write it down and you have to go check it in our catalog. So go back to the library. There we go. And then, no. And then you just go look it up in our catalog. Okay? But first, let's look up another series books real fast. So we can figure out the order. Who wants to give me one to look up? Jacob.
The Adventures of Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants. Let's see if that'd be under C. 'Cause it could also be under... Oh, there it is. How many Captain Underpants do we have? Well, those are popular. So look, here they are. Listed. Oh, who is the author of Captain Underpants? Parker? Dave Pilkey. That's right. What does that also start with? A P. And what else starts with a P? Park. That's right. They're both P's. Okay, so look, there's all the Captain Underpants. You could go here. Could you go here and look at which ones you've read and which ones you haven't read?
Yeah.
Yes, you could. Okay, so now we're going to go back to where'd it go? There we go. Our catalog to find a book. So, who wants, give me a purple. Oh, what is A to Z Mysteries? It's also a what? It is. So, it just searched it. Well, maybe. No, it didn't bring it up. Oh yeah, there it is. There's some A to Z Mysteries. So, we can look at like the details. Look, there it all is. It is. Okay, so I just clicked it so we could make it maybe a little bigger. So who can tell me where you're going to find it? Jacob? In the fiction, under what? Fiction, and then what do you have to look at? Ari? R-O-Y. So I'm going to send Jacob, Ari, Rylan to go find this book. You think you can do it? So we're looking for A to Z Mysteries, the absent author, F-R-O-Y. Oh, it might be. We don't know what Miss Wyatt's will look like. Her cover might be different. Okay, who can give me another one to look up a book? Tanner. Quick. Think of one on Goosebumps. Okay. Let's click. I'm going to click this first one. Make it a little bigger. Ooh. No, I'm not going to click that. Does anyone know where that one's going to be? It was, because it was a what? Okay. Uh-oh. Let's go everything, sir. All right, let's look up this one. No. Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns. Where are we going to find that one?
In under F style.
F-S-T-I. That's right.
In Arlstein, right wrote the Goosebumps.
We don't have any available this one. See, Miss Baker's not paying attention. Let me find one where we have some available. Ooh, they found it? Man, they're fast. Oh, here's one that's available. Beware of the Snowman. Still in F-S-T-I. Tanner, Alexander, Braden, and Kate. Y'all go find this one. Okay, who can give me a look up of a... Hold on, sit down and hold it. Perfect. Give me one that would be in our everybody section someone can go find. Nija.
Old lady book.
There was an old lady. Okay, there was an old lady. Oh, here's one. Ooh, there's two available. So, where is it? Okay, so Nija, Georgia, Jeremiah, go find that one. Mason, yeah, you can go with that group. Okay, who wants to give me another one to find? Come on, I'm excited. We are looking. Parker. Diary of a Wimpy. Uh-oh.
I already got it.
I accidentally clicked it. Ooh, y'all go. Sit down, my guys.
I see one.
Yep.
I see one.
Okay, these are popular because what do I see?
Oh.
0 for all these, but here we have, this one's available. We got one available of this one, and it's Diary when we get old school. Where are you going to find it, Parker? F-K-I-N, right? So Parker, Addison, who else hasn't gone? Caitlin, have you gone? Go.
Oh wait.
London, you've gone. You've gone. So you haven't gone yet? You want? Okay, what book, bro? What book? How do I spell Magnus? Magnus Chase? I don't know Miss Baker spelled that right. Give me another one. Bro, give me another one.
Right under the pink cap.
Huh? Harry
Potter. Can I get into writing on
Ooh, look, there's even Okay, Harry Potter, let's do, 0, 0, 0, 0. Harry Potter is popular.
Ooh, go. Ah!
Yes, good job, sit down. Harry Potter is popular. This I Love Daniel Radcliffe is available.
We don't have it. She said go sit down with the
That's in these biographies. Okay? Alright, Ro, come on, one more. Take a picture, Ro.
Oh,
Sit down, please. He has not gone yet. Ro, choose. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, this one. Ooh, some of them are nonfiction.
And there's 2 of them. That looks really.
Afternoon on the Amazon. That sounds like going to available. So FOSB. Go see if you can find it. FOSB. You can go with it. Pick someone to go with you. There we go. Go.
Oh, he's gonna raise his hand, that's why. Raise his hand.
All right, y'all finish up. And we're going to talk about how we found our book. Okay, I'm going to choose someone sitting nicely. Georgia. I'm going to let you come up, and I want you to practice typing it in. Because at some point, y'all get to use the 5 computers over here to type it in. Come here, Georgia. What do you want to look up? Yeah, of course you can. But here, come type it. So what's Junie B start with? Uh-huh. Just sit down. Space.
I never. Wait, what? I was so
Hey, you can talk about where you found your books. Hey, I didn't say who. I said where. It was a group effort.
And then she
You want to go get one? So look, which one do you want to go get?
She didn't show us that. This it? Oh yes. Yes.
What about Jamie? Yeah, Jamie's birthday. That's
I feel like I
No, you don't have to click actually. Where would you go find it? You see? FBAR. Grab someone, go find it. Last one. Addison. She can go. Okay, go find it real fast and we're going to talk about how you found our book. Because we have time for you to go find it. Okay.
But it's a series.
Where are you
I
looking?
watched one.
Oh, I see you in the F section. And I bet you it's under PAR.
I know this already.
Why did you just keep your hands like
Good job. Okay, I think everybody found their books with their print. So if you could hold your book in your lap, sit back on your pockets nice and nicely, face the front. Okay. So sit face the front. Okay. So how cool is the catalog? So I know soon, sometimes, are you going to be able to type stuff on the catalog? And are you going to know how? Yes. Do you know how to go find the order of a series book? Yes, you do. That is so cool. So, who can tell me something they've learned today? What did you learn? Tanner.
That you can like press like on, you can press author, so you don't have to.
Yeah, so if you know the author of the book you want to read, you can type in author and press author. Because sometimes, for an example, if you read one Robert Munsch book and it was your first time to read a Robert Munsch book and you really liked it, but you didn't know any other titles of Robert Munsch books, go back to your spot. You could type Robert Munsch and see all his books, right?
Yes.
Did we do that? Yes, we did. Okay, what else did someone learn? Jeremiah? How you can go on the school page, just like we did. Y'all looked up books. You found, for example, my Amazon one, we found F and OSB. Did you notice that that's on the spine too? And it matches, right? Cool. Okay. Parker?
That you can do this.
You can do this. You can see. You get all that good information. What else? Someone other than Tanner, he's told me. What's something else someone learned today? Addison? That's right. You can see the order of the series. Nisha girl?
You learn how to search stuff up.
You learn how to search for books. How cool is that? Parker?
You can see what grade level it is.
That's true. You can see kind of what grade level is the interest or who typically reads those books. That's right. Tanner?
That you can see if it's like available in this library or not.
That's right. You can see if it's available. Because if there's not any of Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus, if it was 0, should you even go look for it? No, you shouldn't. That's right. Okay, what else? One last thing. Anything else? Jeremiah? What's something that you thought was cool? You learned.
That you can get this book, you can look up on there and get books from the characters from the game.
How cool is that? You can look the books up on here, just on our computer, and then you can go find them in our library. Yeah, that is so cool. You now know how to use a catalog. And you want to know a cool thing too? Hey, raise your hand if you've ever been to the Montgomery County Library. Do you know what they have too?
Yes.
A what?
They have this book.
They have that book, but they have a what? What, Kate? They have a catalog. And if you know how to use this catalog, do you think you might know how to use their catalog? That's right. You might know how to use theirs too.
And there's another one right over there.
So do you think you could even teach someone how to use a catalog?
Yes.
I think so too. Just like I just taught you. Yes.
Sometimes every single day I go to
Okay. Ari?
I remember why if she is where the book is, she can look up the catalog.
That's right. I bet you, and right, teachers use the catalog. Miss Wyatt uses the catalog. If she wants to look up a book, she might want to read a lot of Robert Munch books, so she looks them up. That's right. We all use it. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, in just a sec, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you know how to look up a book in the catalog. I want you to give me arms in the air and shake if you know how to find a series order. I want you to give me 2 thumbs up if you're going to use the catalog in the future. Okay, now I want you to quietly walk back to your tables like ninjas. Thank you so much. Hold on.